Hello everyone, it is me, Yi King, and today we're back with another Beyblade X team battle. For the teams, we have Team Fantasy versus Team Forest. And this time we're actually fighting in the Drop Attack Stadium, so this will be our first team battle in this stadium. So that's pretty cool. I'll say their names and what parts they have when they fight each other, so I won't say anything right now. But how it's going to work is, it'll go off starting with these two, and then these ones be the last ones. It'll be first to 5. We're playing with burst and extreme finish priority. So what that means is, like, let's say one bay like stops spinning but other bursts, you know, like about roughly at the same time, or one is in the pocket or the other burst, then it would go to the bay that bursted the other bay. So like, let's say this one bursted that, then the opponent will go to this bay. And yeah, I think that's about it. First to 5, playing with burst and extreme finish priorities, and yeah, I think that's about it. It's been a while, and I really should invest in those 3D dual attachment links, but like I say, it's like every now and then I do a Bay battle, so it's just like, but yeah, without further ado, we'll go into the first round. And this is my, actually, yeah, this is like our first team battle in the Drop Attack Stadium. But this is also my first time actually whipping it out since I done the unboxing video on it that had, since I had like Hover Wyvern and Impact Jake on. I haven't not used that arena since then. I've done any stuff with arenas with the basic arena all the way back then, which came with, fun enough, Dagger Dran and Tusk Mammoth. So that should be nice, doing some actual battles in this stadium. One point out though, the rail is molded in and it does kind of stop at a point, so they may lose spin or something. But yeah, let's get the battle started. So for round 1, we have Arrow Wizard on 460 Gear Ball versus Antler Stag on Bumper 260 High Needle. Well, they actually kind of look the same on the bottom bit, but yeah, so we're gonna launch this one first and we go from there. So yeah, best of luck. I believe stamina is better than defense in terms of a type matchup, so I think he should win. Oh well, let's just do this first to 5. I should probably raise up the camera. There we go. Let it rip. Let it rip. Alright, 1 point for Team Fantasy. I hope I said that team names. If not, then the team with Wizard Arrows, Team Fantasy, and the team with the other guys, Forest. Alright, now we're gonna launch the other guy first. Let it rip. Let it rip. Whoa! Alright, another point for Fantasy. Let it rip. Let it rip. Honestly, I thought Antler was gonna have that, but another point for Fantasy. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to say, cause I knew it was again something. But yeah, if one team wins the first 2 rounds, then round 3 would be just for fun. So like, let's say Team Fantasy wins round 1 and 2, we still do round 3, but that one would just be for fun. But then let's say they both win 1 round each, then round 3 would to decide who the victor is. Let it rip. Let it rip. I'll fix it up after. Okay, that's a pocket finish. Should have fixed up the arena, but dang, 2 points for Forest. I do plan on picking up the next stadium. I think it's called the Sneak Attack Stadium. It's the one that has the York expanded base. It's out early in Canada, but I haven't found it yet. But I do plan on picking that one up. I just don't know when, because I did get this during a Prime Day deal. So, who knows when. Let it rip. Let it rip. Whoa. There's also pockets on the back there, so they could get pocket finish at the back of the stadium. Alright, and this spun last, so it's tied up 3-3. Dang, is Antler gonna make a comeback at the century? Who knows? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Well, Z, I guess. I can say both. Let it rip. Let it rip. It's gonna be. Okay, that's a burst. I was gonna say, is Antler gonna get another pocket? But nah, I got a burst to finish it all. So that's 5 for fantasy. So round 1 goes to Team Fantasy. Although, honestly, like he was about to get pockets both on this side and that side. So it could have gone either way. Let me just quickly fix him up. You know, for having a 2-side ratchet, I'm surprised it didn't burst as much, especially with a low burst rate, especially with a bit with low burst resistance. But yeah. So round 1 goes to Purple Arrow Wizard, so that's 0.1 to Team Fantasy. I don't admit, like I said, it was about to get a pocket on both sides of the arena, like one up there and one diagonally across up there, because there's 2 pockets back there. Well, but yeah, let's go on to round 2. Alright, so for round 2, we have Helm Knight on 380 Needle, versus, if I can hold it right, Hornet on round on 780 taper. Is it 60 or 80? Like, I just looked it up before filming. If it's 60, I thought in text it's supposed to be 60 now. But if it's 80, then it is. So I'll just go with 80 for the video. But if I'm wrong, then like I said, I thought in text that's supposed to be 60 height. But yeah, so since in the first round we launched Arrow Wizard first, we're gonna launch Hornet first. And see how it goes from there. Let it rip. Let it rip. Alright, honestly I thought that one was gonna go to Hornet, but 1 point for fantasy. Let it rip. Let it rip. Dude, ride the rail. What are you doing? Oh yeah, if they don't make a contact and stop spinning, I do a relaunch. If nobody makes contact and they both stop spinning. There's contact. And another point for fantasy. Let it rip. Let it rip. Well, it's time to destabilize, but then pick this up back up. It's just gonna be a mirror match from last time. Add this contact. And another point for fantasy. Is it gonna be like last time where Team Fantasy scored 3 and now Hornet's gonna score about 3 points on Helm? Who knows? Let it rip. Rip. It is a balance time. call that one a tie. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it safe and call it a tie. I know like it kept spinning, but it kind of did like a fell down kind of spin. Not a woo 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 kind of spin. So I'm just gonna call that one a tie. Let it rip. Let it rip. And another one for Fantasy. Although it's funny, it's kind of like BX versus CX also as well, because the whole team for Fantasy is all BX based, while the whole team for Forge are CX based. Let it rip. Let it rip. They're not hawking. They're not hopping onto the rail. Well, the next one is attack on attack, so I'm hoping at least one of them can ride the rail. Unless the rail's like not that, unless these molded in rails are a bit harder to grab on. Yeah, I think this round's gonna go to Helm, because it's doing the same thing again. Alright, let's contact. And that's 5. I wouldn't mind seeing the blue version get released in Hasbro, because I think it was either sold in a random booster or it's just like a BX single booster, but there's like a blue version of this. I wouldn't mind getting that one in Hasbro. But yeah, that was round 2, which went to this one. So technically Team Fantasy won, but round 3 will be just for fun now. So yeah. Alright, so just keep in mind this round is just for fun since Team Fantasy technically won. But we got Dagger Dran on 460 Rush, which I didn't realize this when picking them out. They're both using a version of Rush. Versus Brush Fox on Jaggy 970 Gear Rush. Yeah, they're both Rush. This one's, I think, yeah, as long as it has a bad chance of getting on to Extreme Mail. Since in the last round, Ford Hornet was launched first, we're going to launch Dagger Dran first, and this is attack on attack, so expect a bunch of relaunches, because I gotta be quick about this. It's easier when it's like balance defense and stamina against attack, because I have a bit more time, but when it's attack on attack, I gotta be really quick about it, which is why I need to invest in that Noozle 3D dual launcher link. It's just like, because like I mentioned earlier in the video, it's like every now and then I do a Bay battles. That's why I don't really bother investing in it. But then when I do get to event battling, like, damn, I should reinvest in that. Let it rip. Let it rip. Alright, first point for Fantasy. I mean, not Fantasy points, I'm just using Fantasy winning. Let it rip. Let it rip. Alright, well, that one goes to Forest because Dagger stopped. At least it looked like that to my eyes, but who knows, maybe I'm tripping. Let it rip. Rip. Well, at least they're actually using Extreme Mail, so that's nice. And we're using our point for Forest. Let it rip. You know what? I'll call that as points. So Dagger with the pocket finish. 1, 2. Let it rip. Rip. Well, there's no point for us. Rip. Rip. 5 points to Forest. Wow, go figure. In the round for fun. It's the only round they win. I'll bring back the teams and we can go over it. Whee! Well, that's been a look at this Beyblade X team battle, that being Team Fantasy versus Team Force. Team Fantasy won with a score of 2-1. Round 1, it was 5-3. Round with Team Fantasy having 5, Team Force having 3. Round 2 was 5-0. Team Fantasy having another 5. Team Force having 0. And then the third round, just for fun, Team Fantasy had a score of 2 and Team Force had a score of 5. Because honestly, like round 1 and 3 were really intense. Round 2 was just kind of a stalemate, but you know, it's fine. Pretty fun, don't you know? But yeah, I thank you folks watching this Beyblade X team battle. If folks like this Beyblade X team battle, give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Made this fun video. Comment some teams you'd like to see, but remember, I'm only accessible to the Hasbro pool, but Canada does have Wave 8 early, but I haven't found anything. So if you want to try suggesting Wave 8 bait, I could try going and look for it. Of course, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy baits for a team battle, but if it's a bait I'm already planning on buying. I'm like, why not? I'll buy it for the battle. And if you want to suggest custom combos, you could, and I'll see if I have the pieces for it. And yeah, let me know. But if you do suggest a team, make sure it's like all 3 bays. Or if you want to see a team versus a team, then you could list 6 bays plus with custom parts if you want to see those. And yeah, or you can leave any other comment, apply those as fast as I can, and subscribe to the bell so you be notified when I drop a new video //stream. But until next time, toodles.